Thank you for staying with us. Before we went on the break, we're talking or looking at the matter of the intrigues around what is going on in Port Harcourt, where a reporter brought us the story of youths actually protesting the recent developments with regards to the cross-carpeting of about 27 lawmakers in the state, moving from the PDP to the APC. And we have some of our guests here to speak with us on this matter. From Port Harcourt, we have former spokesman of Bandef, Sukubo Anas Sarah Igbe. Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, but my name is not Sukubo. My name is Highness Anas Sarah Igbe.
All right. Noted. Now, let's quickly move to our Abuja studio where we have lawyer Inibehe Efyong also join us to look at the constitutionality of the matter and legal implications. Inibehe, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Now, let me go to Port Harcourt, Mr. Sarah Igbe. Let's get your perspective on this recent developments in the state. There are those who would say that what the people of the state actually need is just good governance, no matter who is, taking the helms of affairs or managing the helms of affairs in the state. But let's get your perspective of this recent developments that we are seeing from the state.
Well, thank you very much. First of all, as an elder statesman, Rivers people are interested in peace. We want to make sure there is peace so that there will be governance. We cannot get governance without peace. So for us to get good governance, we appeal to all the warring factions to put down their sword, come to the round table, and let's get peace. As regarding the movement of 27 lawmakers to APC, my comment is very simple. Their leader, Yeso Wike, over the time has said you cannot take the mandate of another party to another party. He had initiated court actions in the past for those who left their party to another party. So I am surprised that the man who has been saying you cannot leave your party to another party will encourage people to leave their party and go to another party. And to make this worse, here was a man who said APC is cancer, while PDP is malaria. I don't know what has made him to see something good in APC now that will encourage the lawmakers to move. But legally speaking, if the speaker, recognized by the court yesterday, declared their seat vacant, their seat will remain vacant. So if he calls on INEC to call for another election, that ends the matter. So I think it's not a wise decision at this as a stand, because the currently recognized speaker by the High Court will definitely declare their seat vacant and they will become irrelevant. I don't know, but that is part of the reasons why maybe they are also recognizing him, because from the point of law, these other lawmakers are no longer members of the House of Assembly, having deflected.
But when you listen to what the lawmakers, the grievances of the lawmakers that cross-capital, they said that they accused the governor of not disbursing funds. That was one of the major reasons why they said that they were cross-capiting, moving over to the APC as it is. I believe that has nothing to do with the former governor of the state, Nyesom Wike.
Whichever way you look at it, there is no crisis in the PDP in Rivers State, and there is no crisis in the PDP at the national level. So where the party has no crisis, then you don't have any right to take that as an excuse to move to another party. Whatever happened in the House of Assembly is different from what the Constitution says. People quarrel in the House of Assembly, they carry maize, they fight themselves, they reconcile. The best they would have done was to see how they can reconcile themselves in the House than to move out of their party. The mandate was not given to them, the mandate was given to the party, according to the few judgments we've had. So if mandate was given to their party and they have walked out of their party, it means they have left their mandate. So I don't see the wisdom in it. Whatever they say, they can say. Anybody can give any excuse, but I'm sure these things will be tested in the court of law. And most so when the High Court has recognized the Speaker, the order, the factional Speaker, Edison, I think we will see how it is. But Rivers people are not happy. We can see from the demonstration that people are not happy with happenings in the state. Now, you cannot divorce the happenings from Nyesom Wike because the matter, they will tell you the problem is between Nyesom Wike and the governor. And the governor has come out to say father and son relationship. They have called family matter. We've had all kinds of things. But we are surprised that ever since they saw the president, the governor has not been making statements. He has not been making inflammatory statements. He has been calling for peace. He has been working towards peace. The only other party from that day said he would not take the instruction of the president, and he has been doing his things in some way. And if he thinks by moving to APC, himself and Gundeje, the party chairman of APC, can now convince Mr. President to convince him to say, okay, let us remove the governor. Rivers State is a very serious state. It's one of the economic center of Nigeria. So anything you are doing with Rivers State can do boomerang to the economy of Nigeria. People should realize that whatever they are doing, it's not a child play. And so Mr. President needs to call his minister to order, because if it causes problem for him in Rivers State, it will spill over to the entire Niger Delta, and that will not go well for a country that is struggling to survive financially. We are indebted to several countries, and we are looking for how we can raise money. So if you cannot trigger situations that will further worsen the economy because you are a minister, or because you want to have power, or because you want to control both the APC and PDP.
Your point is made, Mr. Saraiwe. Let me take it to Abuja, because you actually talked about the issue of law, and that's what Nigerians have been making reference to, that the fact that we had, I'm coming to you, Inibe Effiong, in the fact that we've got 27 lawmakers who defected from their erstwhile political party or parties on which they got elected into the House of the State House of Assembly, that it is quite unconstitutional. Before we even go to the issue of the ex parte order that they got in court just yesterday, what do you make of this whole thing? Do you feel that there is enough division, there is enough crisis within the party for them to have said that they wanted to defect to the APC party, which we already seen them to, vis-a-vis the section 109, subsection 1G that has been quoted so far?
Thank you for having me. I have listened to the arguments canvassed by the Rivers State caretaker chairman of the APC, who in a press conference or a press statement adduced reasons why the 27 members cross-carpeted. I have also carefully listened to some of the defectors state why they had to cross-carpet or why they had to defect from the People's Democratic Party to the All Progressives Congress. Now, in one break, they have said that the governor withheld funds due to them. And that has also been alluded to this morning in the course of this program. So the question Nigerians may want to ask or may want to be answered is, since, let us assume that Governor Fabura has indeed withheld funds accruable to either the Rivers State House of Assembly or the members or some members of the Rivers State House of Assembly, is it now the APC that will now pay or now remit the funds that is due to them? Will the APC now allocate the money that the governor has withheld from them in satisfaction of whatever is due to them? So that clearly is not tenable. And that is also a reason that is unknown to law within the purview of Section 109 of the Constitution. But the most serious reason which they have canvassed or adduced is that they defected because there is division in the PDP. And I listened to their postulation on the floor of the House during their defection.
Could you just quickly hold the thought? We have a breaking news coming out of Rivers State that there is demolition of the Rivers State House of Assembly complex, which is said to be ongoing right now. Recall that before this crisis began, that place was set on fire, seemingly by arsonists. And right now we hear that demolition is ongoing at the complex. So we'll get more details from our correspondent, Uche Okoro, who will be bringing us details of this demolition in the course of the program. But let's get back to you now, Inibehe, with your line of thoughts. Please continue.
Yeah, that's, again, just to remark in passing, if what you are saying is correct, that is quite unfortunate. Now, I was making the point that the 27 members, while announcing their defection, claim that the PDP is factionalized. And the factionalization or division alluded to by them, in their own words, is that there is crisis as to who is the national secretary of the party. And that they even attempted to submit a letter at the national secretariat, and they did not know who the national secretary is to submit that letter to. And I am submitting this morning that by virtue of Section 221 of the Constitution, that argument is untenable, and given the decision of the Supreme Court in the much-cited case of Abegunde versus Ondo State House of Assembly and others, where the Supreme Court unequivocally in 2015 made it clear that for you to defect on the basis of a division in the party, that factionalization or division has to be of such a magnitude that the party itself is incapable of functioning. So assuming without considering that there is some legal contestation regarding the secretary or the national secretary of the party, the PDP, that cannot be construed as division within the purview of Section 109 to enable or justify the defection. And the reason is simple. When you look at Section 221 of the Constitution, the basis for an association to exist and function as a political party, which are itemized therein as held by the Supreme Court in Abegunde's case, are clear. The party must have a national secretariat in Abuja. The national officers must have their leaders registered with INEC. They must have a constitution. The membership of their party must be open to all Nigerians, irrespective of sex, irrespective of ethnicity, irrespective of religion. So the question this morning is, as I'm granting this interview, is PDP as a political party existing within those requirements? If I want to file an action this morning against the PDP, can I really say that the PDP is factionalized or that the PDP has no leadership? So their argument is completely unacceptable. So what I will say is this.